Okay, so, alright. So now, you can see some of these trees, the plant is flowers, but it look like that one I told you, the masquerade kind of plant. When you use those things to plant it, they serve as trees. And there are some people that if they go to their forest, when they cut down, when they fell a timber, they are encouraged to plant another one. Right? Because timbers, it takes it years to germinate, to grow. It takes a lot of years. Some of them take up to 10 years, 15 years, okay, to grow. Yes, it takes them plenty years to grow. Okay? But when they grow, they will stay for a very, very long time. Okay? Alright. So one of the ways government can encourage the planting of trees is provision of furniture. Okay, timber. The next one is provision of food such as fruit, vegetables, bush meat is gotten from the forest. Now, some of you know about bush meat. What do you know about bush meat? Never have eaten bush meat. Yes. Okay. Some of these bush meats are gotten from the forest. That's why it's encouraged not to automatically destroy forest reserves, so that all of these things will be available. Provision of food such as fruit, vegetable, bush meat is gotten from the forest. The next one is provision of medicinal herbs. Some people that are into medicinal herbs goes to the forest to get them, right? They go to the forest to get them. Then herbs gotten from bark of trees are used for local and pharmaceutical drugs. Another is provision of fuel, which is firewood. Okay? So dry and dead wood serve as firewood, which can be used in cooking, okay? Which can be used for cooking and for other purposes, right? So it can be used for cooking and other. That's when we talk about using fuel, which serves as firewood. The next one is provision of pulp. So the forest provides pulp used for making paper. Remember yesterday I asked you guys what are forest resources and what are they used for. So one of the forest resources is what? Pulp. And it's used for making what? Paper. Used for making what? Now the next one is forestry serves as windbreaker. So this particular important in savanna areas where the soil is bare, susceptible to sheet erosion caused by wind. Now, when there are trees, let's assume there are trees like this now. If wind is coming, those trees will wind some of the breeze that do not fall hard enough on houses or on people. So they serve as what? Wind breaker. The next one is addition of nutrients to the soil. You know how, who can tell us how forests add nutrients to the soil? Who can tell us? How does forest add nutrients to the soil? So we say they decay or decompose of trees, plants in the surface of the soil, improve the fertility of the soil. Now, when people plant something like cashew nuts or mangoes inside a forest, and now they are not going to plug it because the forest is so big and it's very far, right? When those mangoes fall down, the cashew nuts fall down, the leaves of those trees fall down. When it goes to the ground, it will do what? It will decompose. Now when it decomposes and decay, it will now serve the soil again as what? Manure. That's why if you go to the forest.
Dead body now.
Yes. Yes, how dead body used to decay, that's how those leaves used to decay of fruit. Now when they decay, they will serve as what? Manure. They will serve as what? Manure. So the next one is the effect of forest on environment. The effect of forest in the what? Environment. Now, we say environment is the sum total of all living and non-living things. Now, in the surrounding of what? An organism. Now, where's your environment? Everywhere within you. All this place is your environment. When you go to your house, the street there is your environment. Your corridor inside your compound are referred to your what? Environment. So your immediate circumference becomes your environment. So it's the sum total of all living and non-living things. So I say pick up those paper that is in your environment. So you know it is within where you act. Okay? So the influence of the forest on the environment forms part of a large and complex relationship between environment and forest vegetation. Environment is also defined as the physical surrounding in which organisms live, such as soil, water, and air. So both the air you breathe can be referred to as environment. Do you notice that when you go, I don't know if you have gone inside the bush before or the forest before, do you notice they used to have fresh air there? It's this fresh air. I don't know if you've gone to the villages lately. Have you gone to the village? Do you notice that the kind of air you breathe in the village seems to be cool and calm more than the one you breathe here? Why? Because the one here in urban area is full of pollution. So it becomes very thick for you to breathe. But there is less pollution, and because plants breathe out oxygen and breathe in carbon dioxide. Yes. So if you have many plants around you, there will be enough oxygen around you. So you have much oxygen to breathe. That's why you look and see the air within forest area are cool and very, very calm to your nostrils. Okay? So forests improve the environment in many ways, such as purify air. That is why you see some people, if they are in their houses, maybe their houses is congested, there are a lot of people inside that particular house which they live. Do you know one thing they do? They will get something like aloe vera. I don't know if you go to people's house, maybe in their corridor like this, you see aloe vera plants, or you see small flower beds on top of their table. Have you seen some flower beds on top of their table?
Like cream.
Yes.
It's from plants.
Yes, yes. Now, what it serves is that it serves you as air purifier. It serves as what? Air purifier. Because that little plant, as you have it inside your house, or maybe inside that little container you have it inside your house, when you are breathing carbon dioxide, the plant will breathe it in. And then the plant will now be breathing out carbohydrate, oxygen to you, okay? To breathing out oxygen to you. So it helps purify, to make sure the air does not get so congested or stuffy, okay? Right. So it cleans water. It cleans what? Water. The next one is what? Rest and recreation. So people go to forest for rest and recreation. I told you about people going to forest, stage their tents, and then relax, maybe play and do some certain activities in the forest. People go there for rest and what? Recreation. The next one is reduce noise level. There are some people that doesn't like where there is too much noise. So they will just maybe they want to go and read, they go to forest area to read. Or they go to forest area to pray. So spiritual replenishment. You see some people go to forest to do what? If you have heard of people going to forest to pray, you see them saying they are going to the mountain. They say, oh yeah, because they don't want anybody to disturb them. And it's not just Christians, even traditionalists, okay? You see them going there. You see some people, they say their oracle is inside the forest. Have you heard of such kind of thing? They say this forest is where our oracle is. People don't go there because they see it as a spiritual environment, okay? The next one is what? It increased relative humidity of the air. If you go there, you find out that the air there is calm and very cool. Let's assume sun is shining very, very hot. And then when you go to forest area, because of the covering of the trees, you find out that the place is very calm and cool. If you have gone to places like Calabar, for instance, if you are passing your road, they planted so much trees that at the left hand side and at the right hand side is trees. If you are passing under the road like this, on the hot sun, you have tree shadows. You're passing under the shadows of trees. So the sun will not affect you so much. There is a place that is sun where there is no much trees. But what I'm saying is that if you have trees planted along the roadside, the shadows of the trees that fell on those roads will create a little bit humidity for you and shelter for you, so that the sun will not come so much hot on you, right? Alright, the next one is increase fertility of the soil. Remember when we talk about decomposed plants and stuff? Okay, the next one is reduction in high atmospheric pressure. The next one is reduces maximum soil temperature. The next one is prevention of erosion and what? Flooding. To prevent, I told you that maybe if your house is where river is flowing, like the Bar Beach, for example, you see river coming in your house, what you have to do is plant mulch trees that will block that river. Yes, yes, or carpet grasses. But when the water comes like this, those plants will just wait it. It will reduce the push of the water. Okay? The next one is sanitation of the environment due to oxygen production. Remember we talked about this. The next one is increase the amount of groundwater. Okay? When there is plants and trees, there is enough groundwater. Why? Because it does not allow so much sun to evaporate all of the water from the ground because of the shades of the trees. Okay? The next one is it provides food and shelter for animals. So this one we stop. Remember, I gave you a assignment to give me 5 times for silver. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, no questions so far. Alright, thank you very much. Come here, let me